The Vox Markets Podcast with Justin Waite. Nothing in this podcast is intended as investment advice, and the people in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
And joining me on the podcast right now is James Campbell, Managing Director of Botswana Diamonds. BOD is the ticker. James, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much indeed, Justin.
And am I correct in saying you are in South Africa at the moment in the field there?
That's correct. I'm on our Thorny River project in the Limpopo province of South Africa.
Marvellous. Well, listen, you are called Botswana Diamonds, but you have interest in South Africa as well. So, in fact, it's a good time as ever. Give us a brief summary as to all the interests you have there, please, James.
In South Africa, we've got an earn-in venture with a group called Vitomi, and we'll talk about the three bits of news we actually have from there. In Botswana, we've got two joint ventures, one with Alrosa, called Sunland Minerals, and that's doing some very exciting exploration in the Central Kalahari, and the other with BCL, which has got some equally exciting exploration projects, again, in the Kalahari. And then finally, we've taken some baby steps in Zimbabwe, where we have a joint venture with Vast Resources PLC.
Yeah, in fact, we had Andrew on from Vast on the podcast yesterday, so there we go. All right, so let's get into this. The RNS you released is an update on South African exploration operations. So take us through the details of this, if you could, James.
Absolutely, Justin. There are three major highlights here. Mm-hmm. The first one is on the Free State kimberlites. The Free State kimberlites were 8 rediscovery of kimberlites made by Vitomi last year. And I say rediscovery because these were discovered using ground truthing after looking in the National Archives and Africana Library in Kimberley and Bloemfontein. And some of these kimberlites were known to be in production around 1880, would you believe? But some of the records, sadly, have actually expired since that time. And what we also were led to believe, there's very little, if any, modern exploration has been done on these kimberlites. So we undertook a staged process of exploration. Firstly, last year, we undertook whole rock geochemistry to basically prove whether they were kimberlites or not. Tick in the box there, yes, they were. Mm-hmm. The second thing we did is we undertook ground magnetic work to basically delineate the size of the kimberlites. We've done that, and that was announced. The third stage, which we announced this morning, was the taking of heavy mineral indicator grains, which would give us an analysis of whether these kimberlites would be potentially diamondiferous or not. And what we announced this morning was the results from 3,100 heavy mineral indicators, and they all came out positive in terms of their diamond signature. And why that is important, one must not forget that in this region, we have the world-famous Kimberley, Koffiefontein, and previous Jagersfontein diamond mines, which have been host to many fabulous jewels, including the Excelsior diamond.
Excellent stuff. So, go for it. Sorry, James, go on.
Okay, so the next stage on the Free State kimberlites would be to do some drilling.
Yeah, I was going to say that. What's next? Yeah, drilling. Okay, cool.
Absolutely, because that's the ultimate step up. But in exploration, you have to follow a stepwise process, and if things are positive, you move forward. If they're not, you discard them. But in this case, we have identified 8 diamondiferous kimberlites, where we actually now need to go to the next step of doing an evaluation process, which is very exciting.
Yeah, and how long will that take you then before you start doing that?
Well, typically we would do it in a staged process. We wouldn't do all 8 kimberlites at the same time. We would pick possibly the first 1 or 2 targets, the better targets, and do them this year. Later this year, and then we would carry on results depending from there onwards.
I was going to say, with diamonds, what kind of drill, getting the techniques, what kind of drill do you use? Because obviously you don't want to, is it possible to, I'm aware of of course, diamond drilling, but how would you drill these? What would happen here?
Well, there are 2 types of drilling in this kind of area. First is core drilling, or diamond drilling as you call it, and that is to get lengths of core, which would help us to get an accurate determination of the rock, which we call petrography. And also, we will then take samples for that from micro diamond work. And micro diamond work allows us to recover down diamonds down to 74 micrometers. And with these results, we can actually interpolate what the macro diamond or the potential production grade could be. The second phase after this is called large diameter drilling, where we drill 24-inch large diameter holes, and here we recover chips to recover the larger or macro diamonds.
Excellent stuff. And so, as yet, though, it's obviously early stage, but as yet, it's looking good here, is it?
Well, obviously, yes. The first thing, obviously, you firstly discover an anomaly, then you discover a kimberlite, then you assess whether it's diamondiferous or not, and then you assess whether it's commercial or not. So we're quite far down the exploration pipeline, which makes this project particularly exciting.
Yeah, okay. Marvelous stuff. And what is the next sort of big milestone? I mean, you've got plenty going on. What's the next sort of big milestone you're looking to achieve then, James, overall?
Well, if I quickly touch on the other two elements
yes,
of the
go
press
on.
release,
Sorry, yeah.
the Parmeet cut kimberlite pipes was a set of kimberlite pipes not far away from Petra Diamonds Cullinan mine, where we've now been awarded the prospecting license. These are known diamondiferous kimberlites, which is also very exciting. And the next steps with that would be to do a literature survey and start to get on the ground and doing some groundwork. And then finally, we announced a short while ago the award of a prospecting license on a 2.5 hectare kimberlite called Mooikloof, and we've learned that a group of businessmen believe they have a mining permit over that. We're confident that our title holds correct, and even more so, that mining permits are chiefly awarded for very small alluvial diamond operations for a period of 2 years and covering no more than 5 hectares.
I see. Okay, marvellous stuff. But like I said, so what happens generally? What are you looking to achieve next? Let's sort of zoom out a little bit and suggest next 3, 6, and 12 months. What are you hoping to achieve there, James?
And if I look at the next 6 months, because that's how we actually batch our work program. If I firstly start in Botswana, we'll look to drill the anomalies we announced a short while ago in the central Kalahari.
Yeah.
In South Africa, we would look to take the Free State, some of the Free State kimberlites, the next phase in drilling, and announce the drilling results thereof. In Mooikloof, we've been asked by the Department of Mineral Resources to continue our work on that project, so we will do that, and we'll look at things like heavy mineral abundance and petrography as a first step. And then with Parmeet cut, we'll do a similar level of work between now and the end of the year. Excellent
stuff. Good work. And so it's all good and bad. You've got lots going on. You're a small market cap. If someone's listening to this, James, and likes what you're doing and the direction in which you're headed, but are not following the story, please give them 3 reasons why they should hit that follow button on your page and add you to their watch list, please.
Okay, Justin, absolutely. Firstly, diamonds are the strongest recovering commodity since the global financial crisis and the least volatile. Secondly, Southern Africa is the most prolific diamond production area in the world. And thirdly is almost the corollary of that. It is also underexplored, and Botswana Diamonds is the most active diamond explorer in the region.
Excellent stuff. James, good to chat to you. And like I said, you've got a lot going on, so hopefully we'll be catching up in the not-too-distant future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed too, Justin.
The Vox Markets Podcast with Justin Waite. Nothing in this podcast is intended as investment advice, and the people in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.